I've also found that overly compliant children grow up to be really rageful adults for this reason. They are promised, literally from the beginning of childhood, you are promised if you are good, this is what you'll get in life. If you are quiet, if you don't speak up, if you don't talk back, if you don't make people feel uncomfortable, this is what you'll get. You'll get good things, good job, a good partner, a good. The world that we live in right now, if you are good in the way of being quiet, in the way of being small, in the way of molding to people's expectations, beliefs, feelings, it does nothing for you. These good kids grow up and it's their very goodness defined by how they were raised that actually makes them easy to manipulate, easy to betray, easy to treat poorly. Worse is they're watching all the bad kids get the things that they desire in life because they spoke up, because they're allowed, because they decided not to go on the path that was paved for them. It's complicated and it's nuanced, but I feel for the good kids.
You ready? Let's go.
Do men choose us or do we choose them? Food for thought. I 100% believe that men choose us, and it really sucks because, ooh, why God do it like that? As women, I feel like we like to think that we're the prize, and for a long time, I was like preaching, like, I'm the prize. But if we're being completely honest, and my cousin said this, a new pretty girl turns 21 every hour, like probably every 3 minutes. But men are not successful overnight. So if you find a successful guy and he wants to commit to you, he's the prize. So girls like to think they're irreplaceable, but when you're dealing with men with money, successful men in particular, high value men, girl. Sometimes it sucks though, because I literally feel like I'm Cinderella, or wait, which princess is in the castle? Rapunzel. Sometimes I feel like I'm Rapunzel, just waiting for my Prince Charming to come save me in these 26 inches. Because as women, what else can we do? We can't propose to ourselves. It's up to the men to propose to us, therefore choosing us. Now, can we be selective with who we date? Of course, but ultimately, if we're looking for a form of commitment in marriage, that's up to the man. Don't get me wrong though, I know I have things to offer that other women don't, and pussy will always be power. And I still do believe that every guy does have a dream girl, like he has a specific type that he adores, and you could very well be that type for him. So I think we just need to be more realistic, us pretty girls, and keep in mind that, yeah, you're pretty, but there's a girl 5 minutes from now who's gonna walk in prettier than you, if not as pretty. So yeah, men choose us. That's my opinion. What do y'all think?
Hey, what's up? You do get the fact that the majority of y'all's miscommunication comes from your tendency to interpret things inferentially and her tendency to interpret them literally. What? When she do something, you get super frustrated and fly off the handle because you not only connected it to what you thought she meant by that, but every other instance that was similar in the past or even in the future and what you thought those things would mean. I mean, pattern recognition. What do you want me to do? And she'd be super confused and be asking, like, what does all that have to do with what literally just happened right now? Yeah, it always seems super obvious to me. But not necessarily to her because we're different people. Yeah. All right, so how do we first remember to take care of yourself by not adding so much fucking meaning to everything? But what happens when I recognize a pattern or behavior that I think needs to change? Like, every situation is different, but I'd imagine that when you aren't reacting to emotions that are attached to this enormous inference, it might make it a little easier to communicate that calmly. Makes sense. As well as noticing if that inference is just a projection of your own insecurities and fears. Thanks for that heavy-handed reminder at the end.
Okay, so what do we say when we start taking things personally?
I go drink water and mind my